So, guys, why are all you guys falling? Well, that's why you're falling for them, because they can chat you, and maybe they're giving you something for free, and maybe you're asking for it, and then, you're fooled. You're basically fooled. You're a nice guy, and you come to the Philippines, and you're fooled, and you marry the wrong one, and, and you send him money, you send him a lot of money, but you're not the only one that's sending money. And then you do come to the Philippines, and you're even sending money, which if you have met the right girl, it's okay. We make mistakes. So you send him money, and some of you guys, you even have an house built. You know, we've all been a type of victim of this. We might not have gone to building the house. We might not have sent a shed load of money so the girl can build a house. So now you've been fooled. You send all this money, and the girl, she's having an house built. She's sending you photos, videos every week, and you can see you've got an house being built. So you've got this house, and then you come to the Philippines. What happens? All the families in the house. So you bought this house, now all the families in the house, and you're upstairs in a one bedroom, or you're downstairs in a one bedroom, and you've got your Filipino girlfriend. She don't care a toss about you. She's more into that. She's more into your money. Family don't care about you. And you can chat to your girlfriend. You can be chatting to your girlfriend. Blah blah blah. And what's this? Not interested. She just don't care about. She does not care about what you are saying. She don't care. She's not interested. You are chatting. Just not interested. Family's not interested at all in you, and it's just your money they're interested in. That's just a mistake, right? We're allowed to make mistakes. If you make that mistake, it's down to you. If you are a weak man, right, it's down to you to basically think, wow, I did make this mistake, and it's down to you to get out of that mistake, because you can easily do that. If you've got the money for a ticket home, you can easily do that, guys. You can walk away, and it's a good idea to walk away and then think about it. And then next time, if you do come back to the Philippines, because you are looking for a really nice Filipina girl, you want to marry a Filipina girl, if that's your case, then, do you go back online and search for a Filipina girl? Well, I've been here 3 times, I'm here 3 years now, and I actually do know how the Philippines worked. When I first came the first time, didn't know how it worked. There's lots of traps here. There's the honey trap. There's just lots of traps. The girls will reel you in. And like I said, we're all fools when it comes to women. Most men are fools when it comes to women. But we learn, or some of us do. So, I was actually thinking about this. All these, you always hear Filipino girls are scammers, Filipino girls are this, Filipino girls are that. Right, so there's lots of good Filipino girls. How do you find one? Well, it's your choice. There's quite a lot of ways to find a really nice Filipina girl, right? Now, to you Filipina girls looking for a foreigner, it's the same. It's the same. Is the foreigner a bad foreigner? Is the foreigner coming here just to go from one girl to the next? And he's just going round as many girls as he can, and then he flies home. So basically he's just here for sex. He's just here for one thing. He's not here to find a nice Filipina girl. But some of you lovely, really nice Filipina girls fall. You made a mistake. You fall for this foreigner thinking he's a nice guy, and it ends up he's a bad guy and you're a nice girl. And that's generally the case. You know, you got a good girl with a bad guy, you got a good guy with a bad girl, or you got two good people together, you know. And so if you're actually here in the Philippines, it won't get any better. And because you're quite a good hearted and you're quite a nice fella, you're quite a nice guy, you know, you will think, well, you know, this is a bad situation. I don't like this. I don't like being treated like a dog. I don't like being treated like shit. I don't like being treated like just like a dog, you know. You stay there. You do this. You do that. You know, treated like a dog. Stop being a weak man. Stop being a weak man. Okay, women do not like weak men, right? And it's as simple as that. So, and a woman, some of these girls here in the Philippines will eat you alive. No doubt about it. They will eat you alive, some of these women in the Philippines. Right. They will twist you around their little finger if you're not man enough. So, man up. We're allowed to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Not your fault. You've met the wrong Filipina. How do you get out of it? You're going to have to grow a pair of balls, bucket it. If you know you really find this very very hard, well, what do I do? How do I get out of this? And you haven't got the balls to actually say to the girl, look, you know, I'm not very happy and I'm going back to my own country. Because as soon as you do say that, well, you know, I'm going back to my country, I'm not very happy with this relationship, she'll change. And it'll be all smiles and she'll be nice for a week. And then after a week, she can't keep it up. She's back to normal, family are back to normal. And then you're off again for another 6 months. And you know, you've just got someone ill treating you, that's not interested in you, that's not bothered in you. And this is just, you know, to a foreigner, go and buy a ticket, go, jump on a tricycle, jump on a jeepney, jump in a taxi, go far away as you can, go to a different island, whatever, start again, or book a plane ticket and fly away back to your own country, or just go to a different island and look for a nice girl, because there's a lot of nice girls here in the Philippines, highly educated, and they're looking for you, you know, the white prince, you know, you were that girl's dream, you know, she's not looking for your money, she's not looking to scam you, she's grown up, and her dream is to meet you, a really nice foreign guy, white skin, blue eyes, blonde hair, grey hair, so long as you are a really nice guy, a good personality. That girl will probably fall for you. Same with a guy. That's what a guy wants. So a guy and a girl, they're not different. Good girls, good guys, bad guys. Filipinos, you know, foreigners. So basically, guys, if you have actually come here, built an house, and now you're with the wrong girl and you're thinking, wow, it's not very good, what do I do? One option, you know, go to another island, start again like I've just said, or fly home, grow a pair of rocks. And it's like I've actually said, in England, there's a lot of lovely girls, in the Philippines, a lot of lovely girls. But yeah, they're very, very hard to find. And so why are all you guys coming to the Philippines and you've got all these recap? Why is it you've all got scammer girls? Oh, I do apologise. Wrong. Well, I don't apologise, to be honest. You know, wrong use of words. Not all you guys have got scammer girls. You know, a lot of you guys have got really nice Filipinas. And I do know this for sure. You know, I have got one or two friends I have actually met here in the Philippines. Met a guy not too long ago. He's a nice, very nice guy. and his wife's a nice guy. And you know, they're matched. They've got kids together. Thinking about it, they're very matched. You know, she's a businesswoman, he's a businessman. And they've got a business here in the Philippines, maybe a few businesses. He's a foreigner, right? She's a Filipina, right? So they've got a business here, and they're both business minded people, and you know, they're good together, they're happy together. Now, you as a foreigner, you'll come here, you meet a girl, right? She's poor, she's got no money. Is that what you want as a foreigner? Do you want to carry this girl? If she's a bad girl, do you want to carry this bad girl? Do you want to carry this family? You know, do you want to carry that? So, you know, it's your choice. And as a good guy, you will make excuses, won't you? You know, that's what we do, we make excuses. Me, not so much anymore, because I'm quite wise, I've been around. I've been in places, you know, I've been in bad places, but I've been around, so I've learned. I have also learned never to judge a book by its cover, okay? So, basically that's it, guys, you know, I am actually thinking, you know, a lot of these guys, they've all got these not very nice, because I've met a lot of these people, and then it comes you know, I never came to Philippines to meet foreigners. You know, I'm not really interested in meeting foreigners, but there is a lot of nice foreign people here. I've met some bad foreigners here, and they've got big mouths, and you know, and I will bear you for so long, and then we'll argue, and then it'll go into whatever it goes into, because I do not like bullies. You know, you're very arrogant, some of you, and that's the people too. Whether you're in England, whatever country, you've got the arrogance, and it's not a nice thing, is it? You know, but if you're an arrogant person, go and find you know, if you can, it's up to you. If you come to the Philippines, people won't like you. So people won't like you, and some of you go, well, so what? I don't care who likes me. Well, why come to the Philippines then? You know, if you don't like to be around the Filipino people, why come here? You know, I mean, I'm ready to go back to England, and it's going to be a long time before I actually go back to England. It's quite possible I'll serve prison time here in the Philippines, and that's just for me, that is just a bad rule here in the Philippines with the government. Just a bad rule, and you foreigners do not have any rights here in the Philippines. Right, very, very little. We don't have rights in the Philippines, period. You know, I'm not saying, you know, a lot of the Philippine people, the professional people, the police, you know, you've got some really nice police officers, you've got good police officers, embassy, you've got good people working in the embassy, the government, you know, you've got good people in the government, but you've got one or two arrogant ones that do not care about anyone but themselves. We've got big problems in UK, I know about that. So, you know, I'll be happy to actually get back to England. There's so many things I want to do in England, and I want to monetize my channel. I need the money, and you know, but you know all this. Well, actually, thanks to all you new subscribers, thanks to the comments, and thanks for the support. You know, so many. Listen, I actually do chat to. I'm a YouTuber, right? So because I'm a YouTuber, I do know a lot of people, okay? And Philippines people are very smart. The smart people, and especially the scammers. The scammers are very smart, and they're very sweet, and they're very nice. And you know, you can even have a really nice girl. So you drop for a really nice girl here in the Philippines, and I've had a few girlfriends in the Philippines, and you know, you drop for a nice girl in the Philippines, it might be the family that's bad. You know, just 'cause the girl's with a bad fam, you know, the girl can be a lovely girl, can be a lovely guy, you know, and that person can be a lovely person, but she's with or he's with a bad family, right? So what do you do as a foreigner? Take that man, take that woman, take that guy to a different island, move away from the family. Go and do that. If you've got the money, go away. Otherwise, you'll have some type of heartache and it'll be thump, 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 and you'll just be used and used. So, you know, I hope I have actually managed to touch a little bit on this subject. And basically, that's me. That's basically it. The real truth about Filipino girls. Now, let me just get this in. That is the real truth about Filipino girls and Filipino boys. They grow up and they're looking for a foreigner, white skinned, blonde hair, blue eyes, whether it's blonde hair, grey hair. That's what they're looking for. That's their dream. Now, you as a foreigner, as I've just said earlier on in the video, put yourself in that such a way. What's your dream? You know, did you watch TV and you saw a Filipina girl? She'd got brown skin, she'd got black hair, she'd got a nice body, you know, and you basically thought, wow, you know, she's a Thailander, she's a Filipina, and that's the girl you want to marry. That's your dream. Well, that's the same with the Filipina girl to you white guys. You know, to you white guys, to you black girl, to you black guys, black girls, whatever, you know, whatever. So that's what they're looking for here in the Philippines. That's their dream. So, you know, you can't really class all the Filipino girls as bad girls. And the reason why so many of you foreigners, my opinion, and I see everything, and I normally observe, and I'm not the smartest person in the world, but you know, we've been around, so we learn, and we've had tough times. I'm sure we'll have tough times in the future, but basically, we don't need to get them tough times. We need to work out of them. So you know, we'll aim to work out of them, up and over. Soldier on. Rise above it, guys. Rise above it. The problem, rise above it. So that's it. So you know, and it's the same for the Filipina girl. I don't know if I've just mentioned it. Look, girls, there is a lot of really nice foreigners coming to the Philippines. Good-hearted foreigners. Some are weak foreigners, and you know, if they're a nice guy, you're a nice girl. You know, I'm sure you'll have a nice life together, and I'm positive you will. You will still have your ups, and you'll still have your downs. You'll have your ups and downs. Relationships always have their ups and downs. You'll argue. You're a man, you know. She's a woman. You'll definitely argue, and a lot of the time you might feel like, oh, I'm going back to my own country, but you don't, because the next day everything's fine. So that for me is what's real. But girls, like I said, lot of fake foreigners. So there is a lot of fake foreigners coming over to meet you girls. You know, so that's it. Don't marry. Don't think of the money, girls. You know, because at the end of the day, the money's not all that. Yeah, very important. And we know you need a better life, and so do us white guys. We need a better life. You know, that's why we actually come to the Philippines. Can't speak for everyone, but that's one of my reasons why I actually came to the Philippines. Just a better lifestyle, and to meet that beautiful, sexy Filipina, and the rest is history. So, you know, Joveline's laughing. Jov's vlogs. So basically, I think I've actually covered quite a good bit. But you know, I were actually chatting to a guy, a boy, you know, a young guy, young boy, and he said, you know, one day when I get older, I want to marry an American woman. And he wanted to marry an American woman. He wanted an American woman, tall, blonde hair, blue eyes. That was his dream. And he wanted her to be rich. And he wanted her to have money. And basically that's my dream and it's your dream. Okay, it's not all your dreams, but you've got me drift. So I think a lot of you guys are actually just going to come to the Philippines first time. You'll fall for the honey trap. And, you know, the way out of it won't get any better. You're a nice, kind guy, you're a good-hearted guy. It won't get any better. The girl won't treat you any better because she's not interested in you. She's interested in your money. That's just an evil, bad family. That's an evil, bad girl. You know, because a good family will actually support you, they're nice to you, they're kind to you, they're kind to you, they'll make you food, they'll make you coffee, and they'll chat to you. Work it out, right? Work it out. And basically, make a comment, work it out, make a comment. Like I said, listen, we all make mistakes. It's not your fault. You'll get all these negative people going, well, I told him not to go to the Philippines. He made a big mistake. He shouldn't have gone to. That's just a negative, silly, my opinion. That's just a negative, silly, negative person who'll stay down in life. We make mistakes. Rise above the mistake. You made the mistake and you learnt the lesson, maybe. So there's a lot of things you can do about it. Grow a pair of balls, get out of a relationship. It might not be so easy because you're a nice, kind guy. And it's like I said earlier on in the video. So that's why a lot of you guys have got bad girls. You've got bad girls, you come to the Philippines and you expected this girl to be like she was online. You meet this girl online, oh, she's lovely, she's sexy, oh, rest on it. And then you get your reality sets in and you think, you're a nice guy. Now you're going to make excuses, aren't you? And that's what nice people do. Nice guys do that. They make excuses. And then it dawns, I need to be out of this relationship. But you never get out in it, a lot of you. And, you have a bad life here and you end up dying here. And don't let that happen. Get your ass on a plane, fly back to your own country, go and meet a nice girl. You'll know if you meet a nice girl, because listen, a bad girl cannot, if a bad girl cannot put an act on for more than 3-4 months, right? She cannot put an act on for that long. So after 3 or 4 months, she will show her true colours. Probably a long, long way before the 3 to 6 months. She will show her true colours. And you'll see the warning signs. You'll read the body language and you'll think, well, what's going off here? And you'll run all this thing through your mind. And you won't understand it. And what you'll think is, you'll probably just dismiss it. And then the next day it's a little bit fine, the next day it's not so good, and then you'll find out you need to move. So that's why a lot of you guys come to the Philippines and you meet scammer girls, you meet bad girls, and they're all interested in your money, and these are just bad girls. And why so many so many foreigners are meeting these girls is they're online. Now the good girls are online too, and the bad girls are online too, but the bad girls online are really above the good girls because they'll chat the chat, they will chat the chat, but they'll talk the talk, they won't walk the walk when you get here to the Philippines. And like I said, maybe they'll be showing you a bit of what you fancy, and you're just a mug. Don't worry, we've all been there. We have all been there. Fine to make mistakes, real life. And don't forget, ladies, there's a lot of bad guys. So I'm chatting about bad Filipinas, good good Filipina people, bad Filipina people. Okay, the good outweigh the bad. But so many of you have got the bad ones. And like I said, even in this little barangay in the countryside here, wow, you would be surprised how many of these girls are married, and you'd be very, very surprised how many of these girls have got boyfriends. Let me just say this. In my barangay, where I live now, there is a lot of lovely girls, nice, very, very respectful people here in this barangay. In the countryside where I live, a lot of really nice people. But listen, there's also bad ones too, and you would be surprised how many of these girls have actually got foreign boyfriends, and they don't care a shit about you. They do not care about you. That's all they care about, right? And you know, that's a real pity because there's a lot of lovely girls here in the Philippines. And don't forget, you know, yeah, you can come here, meet a beautiful girl. It's down to you to find that beautiful girl. Don't drop for the first thing that comes along. Don't drop for it because, you know, big mistake, costly mistake. And I know for sure a lot of you guys are with a lot of these girls, but you'll make the excuse. It'll never change, so it's up to you to get out on it. And like I said, I know for a fact a lot of you foreign guys have got really, really nice girls. You might not be married, you live together, you don't want to marry. Some of you have got kids. You know, you've got an English guy from England and he's married to a Filipino, or not married, they've got kids. And, you know, they've got a good lifestyle because, you know, he works, she works, and then you, like I said earlier on in the video, you've got to think about this. If you come to the Philippines, you've got $20,000. It's not a lot of money. It won't last very long. You've got $20,000, right? Do you want to carry this family? Because if you're not compatible, you know, you're just two different people. It won't work. But, you know, I'm sure you'll get to find this out. So that's my little take before I go to bed. And I'm quite tired. I feel like a zombie, to be honest. I will actually chat about the gangs in Cavite. And I'll also chat about the people in Cavite. You know, and no, I'm not in Cavite, I'm still here. I wish I could get to Cavite. And like I said, I've got a daughter in Cavite. And I don't want my daughter to grow up in Cavite. So it's down to me, get back to the UK, and it's down to me to support, okay. But like I said, no, British Embassy ain't got back to me. And like I said, you know, I don't know why the Philippine government impose a fine. You know, if you cannot pay your visa, you made the mistake of running out of money. Not my fault. It's just the way things are. It's nobody's fault. You know, you just made a mistake, simple as that. And it's nobody's fault, you know. Have I got any regrets in life? I have actually thinking about it. I've got regrets back quite a fair back into England. So I've got regrets, but I don't dwell on it. And I just soldier on and I will cross that bridge when I get to it. And to be honest, I don't really fear. If I can't pay my bill tomorrow, I don't fear it. If I've got no food, I don't fear it. I just cross that bridge when I get to it. I don't worry about it. I'm just not that type of person. I don't worry. I'm not a jealous person. I'm not a vindictive person. But I'm not a nasty person. But sometimes you have to be honest, you have to treat people how they treat you. But if you actually don't treat people how they treat you, which is a good idea, let them, and then you just, mingle away and have a nice life. So basically that's it, guys. Right, like I said, I'm tired. I'm sure when I get up tomorrow I'll be like a zombie. We're going to Mercia tomorrow, it's Saturday. Thanks for the support. Like I said, I will always thank you for the support, because it's very, very much appreciated. So, that's it. Right, so now you're actually armed with a little bit of knowledge and the mistakes I've made. It's up to you whether you actually send the money for the house. Send the money, send the money, send the money, And then when you actually get here to Philippines, all families in that house, you're treated like a dog. They're not interested in you. And at the end of the day, when your money runs out, bugger off back to your own country, foreigner. We're not interested in you. We never was. So go and find a nice girl. If you're a bad guy, you'll get what you deserve. Listen, the Filipino people love their daughters. The Filipino people, most, not all, most Filipino people love their daughters and sons, so they're very proud of the daughters. They do not want their daughter to marry a fool foreigner. Right. I'm sure I'm going to get you haters. You never stop, so to you haters, have a lovely day. To you nice guys, have a great day. Think with your mind. Stop thinking with this. Think with this. And you are going to run out of money in the Philippines. And you're not allowed to work here in the Philippines. You just don't have any right here in the Philippines. And if you come up against a Filipino person and that guy's a bad guy and you're a good guy, you're a foreign good guy, the bad guy will win because he's a Filipino. And have a guess what? You are alone and he's got all his family, he's lived here all his life. You'll lose. So the foreigner will lose. And if you run out of money, you'll lose. If you can't pay immigration, you'll lose. And it's quite possible you go to a detention centre and I will cross that bridge when I get to it. Does it bother me? No. See, I'm trained my mind is trained. Right, I'm going to a detention centre tomorrow. So, okay, I'm going to a detention centre tomorrow. Imagine. So, right, and I'm going to a detention centre. Nothing I can do about it, so I just have to do it. Might not like it, it's pointless complaining. You just have to do it, and that's life. Yeah, you can complain, it won't do you any good. You can worry, won't do any good. So you might as well just be a positive thinker. Have a great night, take care, God bless. Happy weekend, I am off to bed. Mercia tomorrow, if you're in Mercia, actually, you can't come and say hello to me tomorrow, but next week, if I'm in Mercia and you actually see me, come and say hello. Like I said, lot of lovely girls in this province, lot of lovely girls in Mercia, nice, respectful ones, and then there's a few bad ones. Have a great day. Jove's Vlogs.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
I don't know if you can hear her. Jove's Vlogs.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Take care. God bless.
Night.
Yeah, UK, England, it's in a mess. I need to get back to UK. Much happier in the UK. I can earn money in the UK, no doubt about it. And I've got so many things I want to blog about in the UK. Vlog, blog, vlog. So there's so many things I want to chat and do in the UK. It's going to be difficult at first, but I am used to hardship. It's not much. That's a cockerel. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. They're that far off our window. And they're screaming all night. We don't get no sleep. The sleep's interrupted. And when they first put there, I went mad, and I did swear quite a lot. And I did do quite a bit of shouting and bawling, but that's just life here in the Philippines. I forgot what I was saying. I'm sleepy. Take care, guys. Please make a comment. But I'll be on to Cavite, and there's quite a few things I want to chat about Cavite. So that I actually do want to chat about things in Cavite. And like I said, I do have regrets, but I don't fester on them. I made mistakes in the past, so what? Did I learn? Maybe I've learnt. There's nothing I can do about it. It's gone. Move forward. Take care. God bless. Happy weekend.
Have a great day.
Here in Concilian. Have a great day.